RV world has just taken, everything that you learn from, automotive to general construction to working on houses and things like that. And it just brings it all into one, neat little package, and it just keeps every day interesting.
Can you tell us about your experience as an RV dealership technician and walk us through a typical workday at Campers Inn?
Being at the dealership versus, something like a mobile RV tech, you gotta kind of get your, I guess, your house together, your shop together. You got, your place. It's not, you're not working out of a truck. You're not by yourself all the time. You have a lot more support at a dealership. You got, other people working around you, that you can turn around and ask questions to them. You have your managers. You got all your people around you. You have your shop. You got your tools. And you're not, working out of a truck and, by yourself all day and, battling all this by yourself. Being at a dealership, it makes it so, everybody has their hands on everything, and it, just makes everybody's job a little bit easier. And, teamwork makes the dream work on that one.
What was your experience like going through the Level 1 and Level 2 RV technical certification program, and how did your previous mechanical and automotive skills help?
1 and 2 were, both really informative. I mean, they really did try and touch as much as they possibly could in the time that we did have. Level 1, I thought, was absolutely amazing, to the point where I would love to see, our sales team, our service writers, kind of, everybody that has anything to do with the RV world. I'd love to see everybody do that, just so you have a better understanding of, how things work, why things do what, and, it keeps things from getting broken in the future from, somebody just not knowing how to use something. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, holding the wrench is holding the wrench, right? But just, having the background in automotive and dealing with, suspensions, chassis, engines, and then, as far as all the 12-volt systems, all that is almost exactly the same. But, at the end of the day, it really just teaches you, diag. I mean, it teaches you order of, how to follow something and figure out when, where a weak point is, where something broke. And really you're able to follow a process and really, pinpoint one specific component. And that's the biggest part of diagging, and that's, that is probably the most important thing in automotive and RVs. Working on anything is the most important thing is the diag, and that's where my experience from automotive has really helped me, is just, knowing what order to follow something and then to diag it and find the issue and then fix the problem.
How has getting your RV technician certification played a role in your work at Campers Inn, and what benefits have you seen as a result?
I mean, again, it's level 1. It's just the more information you can absorb, the more components you can learn about. It's just going to help you. I thought it was extremely helpful. Level 2 just went in depth into each individual thing just a little bit further. And that's just going to always help, and that's going to help the techs, just understand stuff better. I mean, that's been the best thing for me was, actually going to level 2. And that's where I was able to really take the skills that I learned from, property maintenance, automotive, doing HVAC and things like that, where now I can really dial that all into RV specific. I mean, it's the hour of that you learned it, you get to thinking about, everything that you worked on that day, that week, or that month, or, even the things that you're working about in the future. You're already thinking about it and just trying to apply it, and just making sense of it, and really working through things. And like I said, the more information that you can learn, it really just helps. I actually found the online fairly painless. We were able to go in, we were able to do our check-ins with our instructor. We were able to see all of our literature at any time we wanted. That can always be used as a resource to help you, even, working in the shop. You can always pull up the textbooks and say, oh, okay, that's the order that goes in, or, any other little pieces of information that really do help you. That was nice to have and have while I was working.
Looking back on your journey to becoming an RV technician, what has been the most rewarding aspect of this career path for you so far?
Um, Realistically, I mean, definitely going through the school, completing that, having, something to show, that I completed something, that's always extremely rewarding. Um, At the other part of it, I mean, it's really just it's awesome just absorbing more knowledge and, like I said earlier, just, getting everything RV specific. Is where I've been, kind of enjoying it and taking, everything that I know from previous places and bringing it to the RVs and, bringing a fresh mind in there and just looking at things differently and, really just diving into it. Well, I mean, it just allows you to, to prove yourself further. After I was able to come back from level two, I mean, that opens up a lot more opportunities for different styles of jobs, working on different types of units, and being able to, dive further and get more advanced into what you're doing. Um, After going to the level two training, having an automotive background and understanding of, motors and things mechanically like that, learning about RV specific generators, then, that allowed me to come back. And I want to say 2 weeks after I came back from level two training, I was ending up doing an install with a generator. And then a couple weeks after that, I had a generator come in that I had to drop off the bottom of a van and put on the bench and work on. And I was able to do that after I was able to go to level two training.
What advice would you give to someone considering pursuing their RV technician certification?
I would very, very, very strongly recommend it. It is, like I was saying again earlier, it really does bring so many different things into one unit. So, going and getting your, RV certification will, now you have a basic understanding of, chassis, suspension, generators, things like that. But, you also now learn water systems. You also learn appliances. This is all stuff that, yes, we're learning RV specific, but at the same time, you really can take that knowledge for yourself and just apply it to your day to day life. I mean, you're around these things all the time, no matter what. I mean, just get out there and do it. Get out there and learn, find, an older RV tech or somebody that's had experience in the field, do everything you can to learn from those guys because they're just going to point you in the best directions. And if you can find somebody that can give you knowledge like that, I mean, it's priceless. It really is. I think the best thing and, what's always worked for me and, why I was able to learn so many things is just kind of diving right into it, just go after it and chase it down. I've always been one of those people, no question is a stupid question. It really ask questions. Ask every question you could ever think to ask, and all that's going to do is just help you in the future and allow you to understand everything better.